Hello, I'm Brandon Kaiser, and welcome to another review and a trailer. This time, it's Into the Woods. First off, I'll let you know that I've never seen the Broadway musical, so I didn't have any preconceived notions going in, only the little bit I'd heard from others. What I found was a musical fairy tale version of Death Becomes Her. Into the Woods is kind of a mixed bag. It has a great cast, and the main players in this ensemble do a pretty good job. From Meryl Streep to Emily Blunt to James Corden, but what really saves this movie is Anna Kendrick, who brings life and personality to a pretty standard musical. The weak part here are the kids. They're pretty boring and oftentimes annoying. Then there's the story. Of course the fairy tales are well known, but I was hoping they would add some clever twists and things to set them apart. But mostly they didn't. Making the first half of this movie just not that interesting. But things then pick up after the false ending, only to not really stick the landing in the very end. What is good about Into the Woods was when it took the story to a darker place and took some chances. But it still felt like it was held back to be a PG Disney movie. As for the sets, they felt generic and cliched, and there wasn't enough variation to make for engaging visuals. And overall, the movie feels far too long and should not have been just under 2.5 hours long. Especially when things like the Rapunzel plotline held little value to the story, and much of the Jack and the Beanstalk stuff had too much of the focus. Even the Little Red Riding Hood part never felt like it held as much weight as it should have. But Into the Woods is a musical, so how was the music? Again, mixed. Some songs were well written and fun, but others were dull and just not very entertaining. And overall, too much of the music seemed similar, and like the look of the movie, lacked variation. So overall, Into the Woods isn't a terrible movie. I wouldn't even call it a bad one. It does have a standout performance from Anna Kendrick, and does fulfill some of the promise of an interesting take on well-known fables, but suffers from being mostly standard and sometimes lazy in its execution. I was kind of disappointed. I wanted more, but instead, got a mixed bag. I traded a cow for magic beans, only they weren't that magical. 3 out of 5. Alright, so thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review and a trailer.